are not supported by and do not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the Chris and Nina podcast. I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Nina. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. And we're back for another week of real estate news.
Real estate news, real estate chairs, updates, everything you want.
Yes, open houses, closings, all that fun stuff. How was your week, Nina?
It was very productive. It was very busy. We've done a lot of things, different type of closings and situations. We had quite some situations.
Well,
we
before
found
you get into the situation, because you jump right to the good stuff, what did you do for fun? What did you do outside of real estate?
What have I done for fun? Here we already have some funny comments over there. What have we done for fun?
Hey, hi T Mac. Is that TL Mac on the check-in? Go ahead.
I don't know. I started off the week with the closing. I mean, for fun. The weekend was nice. So we were hanging by the pool. We had some guests over from Europe.
Okay.
We had friends overall every night. We have friends over. Whenever you have a pool, you have people over all the time.
Okay.
I'm not complaining. I'm loving it.
I wasn't invited. I wasn't invited. Well, it was my invitation. I wanted to be in the pool.
No. So hey, hello. There's one thing you should know. We don't invite. Everyone's always invited. Our house is always open. So we love people. We love our friends. We love our families. So our house is always open. Everyone's always welcome. But it's been like a nightly thing where, you have the nice spot of the little group of the friends. So it's like an automatic thing that, yeah, let's go. And they come over. Sometimes you just find people over our house where you come home and then people are already there. I love it. It's up to us. That's how we got people used to it. And we always have, the group of the workers with the children. So, they know who we hang out with. So they're already aware when someone comes through the system.
Well, before we go into what are you wearing today? What is that? What do you have on today? Let our audience know. Those are some mean.
It's not real estate related.
Yeah, it's not. What is those like Air Jesus's? What are they? What kind of shoes are those?
I mean, look, I travel through houses a lot. I visit a bunch of sites, like different construction sites, and
well, you're not wearing those on there.
Of course I do.
You do?
These are very thick. Like the shoe soles are very, very thick. So these are like boots, but summer boots by Louis Vuitton. I use them and I abuse them. I just got them like a month ago.
Wow, they look mean. They look new and mean to me. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a tiny heel, but it's really comfortable. And no, they don't massage my feet.
Okay.
They're comfortable. No, but they are. They look a little funky.
They look very comfortable. Yes.
Thank you.
And they're stylish.
I thought that wasn't it.
Yeah, they're very stylish.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So I love your shoes too. Look at them. Look the color is very bright. It's like a royal blue.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But hello, shoes. But thank you so much.
Hey, it's the little things, you want to look a little nice sometimes.
But we do go to crazy places, like between even the mansions you come in, not all the time they're finished, and you have stairs, and you have to jump your way into the house, or like through a 2x4 or a beam that's open or broken.
Oh man!
You have to wear something that's durable. Yeah, we always have to look good, but then sometimes I have another set of boots. They're like the army type of looking.
Me too.
Right.
Yes.
So no matter what I wear, we really have to be. It's not even safe. It's comfortable, and of course, crazy New York sometimes gets 4 seasons in a day. So between the rain and the shine, and then through the places that we go and visit, we need to have durable shoes.
Yeah,
So,
I keep a pair
can't
of
believe we're talking about shoes. Go on.
old Uggs in my car, and I keep a baseball cap. Because some of the houses I go into, I inspect for damages, and so nobody lives in these homes, and so you got spider webs, you got all kinds of things. So I got to put a hat on, I got to put boots on. I keep a pair of pants to put on if I'm wearing shorts, because you don't know what's going to get on your skin in some of these houses. It's like really terrible, and some of them have fires, and and then God forbid you walk in a house and it's flooded and you're walking through some nasty water. So I keep like a construction bag. I call it a construction bag with just clothes and gear to suit up to go in these disgusting homes and take pictures and assess the values for the damages and whatnot for different banks.
Yeah. Another piece of clothing you should have in the car, if you're a working person, sometimes you run out of the house and you don't plan to dress up, but sometimes you do just a little bit. But then you should definitely say to everyone I know and to my colleagues and friends, when you leave the house, always have that piece of blazer in the car. So in case you're even wearing something close to, let's say, pajamas, you can throw it on and you'll still look so profesh. So you can always put it up. And nowadays, who knows? It may be a part of the fashion. So you can totally. What are they writing? I can't see from here.
Think and Grow with Veta says hello. How you doing?
Hi. I'm sorry. What was that?
No, she said hi.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi.
We're actually going to have some of the colleagues that we work with, sometimes investors or friends that will come and visit. Maybe in addition, not instead of us, but sometimes when one of us will be away, we can have someone else join, like even when we're here or not. It's always fun to hear from new people. So we're definitely open. If one of you wants to share their experience, you can reach out to us, and you never know, maybe you'll come in with us.
And you know what's fun? I've noticed that you've been putting out some really nice videos. Like there's an open house coming that I shared the video on our Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I
put it myself.
Okay, the video.
Because not all the time I do it myself. We have myself, all of us in Five Borough.
But you're not in the video. It's just the house, and then it shows Mill Basin, and it shows.
Oh right here.
It's open house.
Wow, in Bergen Beach.
What's the address?
You have to look at it. If you're looking in the neighborhoods, even the surrounding neighborhoods, you should totally come. It's the most southeast point of Brooklyn. When you look at the map, look all the way down to the right, you'll see that's actually where I live, Bergen Beach. Bergen Beach is a beautiful neighborhood. You get so much more for your money rather than up north of Brooklyn, because you have it's just bigger lots overall that back in the day were built.
Space,
but that one, the one that you're talking about, is in Bergen Beach, and the ceilings, right? Something like with the great ceilings. Yeah.
Yes,
so
beautiful ceilings.
The contractor who did the house, he actually built tray ceilings, we call it. So it's like the ceilings that have opening to another ceiling, and then another ceiling, and eventually you have the chandeliers. So he really did a great job, and that's actually an insane point of attraction. As soon as you walk into the house, not only the ceiling is so high, but you also have the lights built in between that tray light, so that gives it a whole other look. That's 2039 East 70th Street in Bergen Beach. It's also a corner lot. So
how far is it from the water?
So believe it or not, it is right by the water. It's not waterfront, but you don't need a flood insurance. You don't need a flood insurance. So the flood insurance stops by the 73rd Street. Okay, so East 73rd and around X and W around there.
Okay.
So you don't need flood insurance. You're pretty far from the water, and your elevation point, meaning you're high up on the ground, although you're near the water, but your house is high up on the ground enough to not be on the level of the water. So not all the time you need flood insurance.
So you're 5 minutes from the mall.
Not even, yeah. So
that's it. That's why you get it. You go to the mall and get all these shoes. And...
First of all, no, I love King's Plaza,
She don't buy off the rack. I'm just joking.
No, it's not that. I wish King's Plaza had Louis Vuittons and all. Not that I'm all name brands girl, but sometimes you do want, and it's just not around here. So I have to travel up to the city or sometimes Long Island. But King's Plaza, wow, they just purchased it not too long ago, and they've created a whole other ball game. This is really beautiful. They invested, and they just purchased it. You knew that?
No, I didn't know that.
They just purchased it not too long ago. Yeah, they purchased it, and they actually upgraded it to a whole other level.
Okay.
Beautiful. They added Primark.
Okay.
What is that called? Burlington. Okay, they removed, unfortunately, JCPenney used to be there, no? I don't know. They're moving in, I thought. I don't know. I don't go to the mall, so whenever I buy things, I buy line. I don't have time to travel. I literally work all the time. The little that I have, I spend with my kids, and in the weekends, I'm with them.
Don't believe her. She has a million shoes. She shops somewhere. I'm telling you. Or she has a private shopper, y'all. I'm telling you.
You know what? I don't have a private shopper, but people in the store sometimes do know me. I do buy online, but the little times that I do go in, listen, they help you. So they keep in touch with you, and they want to make the sale because they make commission.
This is what happened. Alexa starts if you guys have an Alexa, it glows up and it says, hey, we know you like these shoes. We have them in your size. Yeah, and she goes, yes, and they deliver them. That's what happens, right?
It's somewhat like that. But I'm not spoiled like that, guys. I ruin shoes. I wear clothes. I use my wardrobe because I work and we're on our feet all the time.
Yes.
So it's even the car. Like sometimes I count how many hours I'm in the car.
How many shoes you got in the car? You got a shoe bag?
Oh, no, not in the car.
Yes.
Okay. All right. No, I don't have shoes in the car, but sometimes.
Wink.
But when we had that office meeting in that rooftop one time,
you have to switch it up.
Oh no, I did.
Oh no, that's when the Uber came with your shoes? Yes, guys, she sent an Uber for her shoes.
Because I was on heels. Hello, we had a photo shoot, and I was exhausted on those heels. I had to change.
Oh man, some people treat their pets nice.
Throw them in the garbage. I was running all day on heels, and hello, it's not fun. You're you feel like you're dying from here up, so I had to change. What now?
Now I need a close up of shoes. Where's the shoe cam?
Oh boy.
Oh, you didn't? You missed it?
Here.
That's Think and Grow with
They're really cool. They're very funky. Not everyone would wear them, but once you put them on, they look cute. Okay, fine. Here, let me give you a shot of that. Hi. Like that? See that?
Oh, see? Yeah. So
really cool. So all right, that was the end of the fashion show for today.
It's only just
so they're very comfortable. I do very much recommend. Forget the name brand for real. I'm not a name brand type of girl, but once I know that I am going to use it a lot, I need something durable. I need something durable. We really do run around so much, you guys. Like this is not even normal. Sometimes I say, dude, if I had a reality show. Mm-hmm. It would be so interesting because I go through so much daily that I really would like to share. Listen, I'm sure you too. You go through houses, you do all those inspections. Sometimes you don't have dogs running up to you and jumping on you. Yeah. I had a dog this week. I went to a listing appointment, legit this big.
Yeah.
No, okay, like this big. But when he jumped on me, he was taller than me. Like he jumped on me like here. He was like woof on here. Beautiful dog, really beautiful, friendly, super cute. But dude, I'm telling you, about 5 years off my life right there when he jumped on me. I saw the tail going, so I got the fact that he was friendly, but I had to act it out and be like, hi,
See, now me, the worst thing that I do is the worst experience that I have is I go in a house and the house is not in good condition and people live in it. And one day I walked in a house and they had spiders crawling and just insects and they were cooking. And they were like, hey, do you want something to eat? I was like, man, I don't even want to be in this house. I was like,
No,
no.
some people don't see it.
I'm like, no. I'm like, y'all eat here? Like, I was like, I just want to get this job, but I want to get in and out real quick.
I know.
But sometimes I feel bad because.
But then why are you there to do the inspection? For
because
the bank,
right? Yes. So
there's a reason they get to where they get. It's not
the house needs.
It's not by choice. Put
no,
it that way. It's not by choice.
It was like, hey, they was sitting the cart. You pulled up the carpet. It was a hole in the middle of the house. I was like, how do people live like this?
Someone wrote something. What was that?
Yeah. Shoe game must be crazy. Yes, indeed, Shane. Shoe game is crazy. But yes, there was a humongous hole. It was like swallowing up the carpet. And they pulled it up. And I was like, man, I pray for people because I just don't know how. And they had kids there too. And I said, man.
I had a turtle walking around one time. I actually took a video of that.
Oh, wow.
A turtle walking around as a pet.
Wow.
Turtle. I felt bad for the animal, dude. It's not supposed to be there.
Nope.
Right? A turtle is not even allowed. Not allowed, but it's not a normal thing to have a pet. Whatever.
Yeah, some of these places under those conditions.
People do weird things, unfortunately. We find ourselves in a situation where we say, dude, what are they thinking? But then we say, okay, why are we even blaming them? Because if we were to blame them, they wouldn't be in that situation if they weren't for that stage of mind that they would be in.
Then there was one, it was a 2-family, and one whole apartment was a duplex, and the woman had a zoo, and she must have had like 30 birds. And she told, when the bird gets injured, I take it in. And I'm like, these birds look healthy. When you gonna let them go? And I was just like, and they had their own room. Oh, like it was bonkers.
So after they get better, they still stay in their room?
She was trying to say it was like a hospital. And I'm like, like, is this legal? Like,
yeah, but that's not, you could tell the person is not 100%. So you can't even blame them. My mom taught me one very good, important sentence that goes with me a long way and will probably, go and continue to be. And I want everyone to learn, very important, do not be mad at sick people. Now, sick goes, it's a very general word, sick, but it's not really, it's a type of sickness when someone doesn't realize their own stage of mind, their own way of thinking, their way of doing things. So sometimes people don't change overall, right? It's not that easy to change.
Yeah.
But the way people think, sometimes they believe in it so much that they can't even change themselves. So you can't be mad at them because that's the way they are. So what do we need to do? Have to deal with it in a specific way.
And this was a young person though, so I don't know. It was very interesting. But to your note, when we're meeting homeowners, the most challenging is when we deal with elderly who need to let go, but they're not ready to let go, and trying to work with their family and put the house on the market and deal with that transition is very sensitive. So it's very sensitive. So it's a very challenging, because sometimes an elderly person could have issues and we don't know, or have dementia, or have different. It's very challenging. And then also the family member that represent them, 9 times out of 10, from what my experience, it's not the whole family. It's one person from the family, and they need more support, but they're not getting it from their family. And so it's a very stressful time. But when they sell that house, the rest of the family want the money, but they're not there to offer the support to deal with the situation. They just want to support it when the situation is resolved.
Yeah.
So it's an unfortunate part of real estate sometimes when you have clients that are dealing with change like that.
Yeah, I was in a place this week where the kids inherited the place. The father passed away. Right. Wow. Aside from everything that goes on inside the house, they have in their backyard, dude, listen to this: fig tree, grape tree, cherry tree, peach.
Wait, a fig tree can grow up here?
Of course. Fig tree is very popular. A lot of people have fig trees.
Yeah, I gotta buy a fig tree. All right, okay, guys, what happened?
And I can continue. They had apple trees. And then I find myself standing over there and I'm like, really? Wow. You have all these trees here? And then, psychologically, you think of mosquitoes. Man, my whole legs were filled within seconds. I am beat. You don't understand. And he's like, oh, yeah, let me.
You don't have to
walk you
spray
over
in your
there.
car with your shoes?
Yeah, but yes. So that was very crazy. They found themselves in this house because their father wouldn't let really anyone move in with him. And then when they went in, they just realized that their dad built so many stairs and doors, and he extended illegally and built from this way and another way in the 2-car garage that he connected from. Oh, that was really hectic.
But I'm gonna tell you something though. If you grow lavender or there's certain plants you grow around these fruits and vegetables that would keep the bugs away.
Shut up.
Yeah, like they don't like
So
lavender.
leave the bug. You mean not to eat the fruits?
Yeah, so that the bugs would stay away. Like mosquitoes don't like lavender. And then there's like a lemon, I forgot the name of it's like a lemon plant or something that also they'll stay away. There's like natural plants that you can grow that you put in your backyard that will keep the mosquitoes away.
That's a first. I never heard this before, but
yeah,
that's a big plus.
I ain't gonna lie. When I first bought like I've had rental properties, but my own personal property, I started planting. I tried to grow fruit, it didn't work, but I grew different type of plants and they died. And I tried to have a green thumb. It was something I was into for a little bit. So I did some research on that. But yeah, so like growing, because it takes a lot of attention to grow food and to even grow flowers. Like you have to know when to water them, how frequently to water them. And
not to water them too much.
Yeah. But
did you know that Jewish people are not allowed to cut off fruit trees?
Oh.
Yeah, they say that if people cut fruit trees, like specifically Jewish people, if they cut fruit trees, it's like taking away the lives of their children.
Oh. So when you mean cut, like you can't take the fruit from them?
No, you can't take the tree. So like let's say you buy a small house on a big lot.
Yeah.
And then you want to extend the house and make it bigger or build something on the lot. You would want to demolish or excavate, right?
Yeah.
So by excavating the land, you may be, disrupting the growth or removing the tree from its natural place. That is not allowed. So, I had a deal that fell through one time because there was a fruit tree and he happened to have been a Jew, so he wasn't able to purchase it. We had another situation where there was almost a closing and we had to have the previous owner remove the tree at the time of when they owned it before they actually sold it.
Oh,
so
wow.
Fruit trees are no joke. It's actually a very big factor in the real estate business. There are professionals who come out to the properties and give their opinions on, whether to take it out and put it in a different place. Some people say, oh, you're allowed to take it out and then put it in a different city or something as long as you replant it. It's just overall, it feels like there is some type of ruling to this. So people just prefer not to deal with it. But it's definitely came to my mind when I went to that property that I'm talking about. But it surrounds, it's like really on the property line. So I wouldn't see any issue if someone would ever want to build. It's a huge plus, it's a huge plus because those trees take time to grow. And when they do produce the fruits, it's beautiful. And, but the mosquitoes, it's just crazy.
Now, I was seeing
But I want to hear more later about that lavender, but go on.
Okay, yeah. Like even if you put lavender oil like around or you burn like lavender, like the smell, insects don't like the smell. So the lavender plant, it gives off the smell so the mosquitoes will stay away. But I was also looking at some new listings that we have. The 3 lots in, what's that, Manhattan? The 3 2-family lots.
3 2-family lots.
Yeah, the new
remind me.
3 lots.
Oh, Diker.
Diker, yes,
Heights.
Diker Heights, yes.
Yeah, Diker Heights. So it's an older man who had ownership of these 3 2-family homes. He's had it for a while, and he fell into some trouble with the tenants. He was
so there's actual properties on the lots already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I put it on Instagram, and if you saw, I was pointing out each one. That was my my posting.
Okay.
Are you talking about Crown Heights, or are you talking about?
No, it's all cash 3.7, but it's
so not Diker Heights.
I thought it was a vacant lot, and you could build 2 families on the lots. It was 3 lots one of them side by. They're attached.
Yeah, Diker Heights, and it's not 3.7. It's 3.3 million. No.
Okay.
Sorry,
So,
I don't remember.
I don't remember the details, but I know that it's a new listing.
It's a new listing. Yeah. The guy wanted it off market. He did sign us. However, he didn't want it to go live because he didn't want the tenants to give him even more issues. So it's vacant, occupied. He waited a very, very long time until the tenants vacated. I actually seen him go through that, and it was just torturing to watch because the dude is like almost 90 years old, man. So what good, like, who does that? I'm not judging. Obviously,
that's
there are
why
always 2 sides to the story.
That's why Airbnb, which we're going to talk to you after the break, is another way that's relatively new to get income, but not be handcuffed to a contract for a whole year or a long time, but still make money with the property. But we'll talk about it after the break. But that's is there any other new listings besides that? You mentioned something else too.
We have a lot. Yeah, we have.
Well, tell our audience, what do we have? What's available?
Speaking of a development site, I am also working on something that happened to be really popular over by Crown Heights. It's 100 by 100. So there is a church there's a small church on a big lot. Again, it's on 100 by 100. And when it comes to churches on for sale, right? You can't just sell a church, right?
Yeah.
You need to have Attorney General approval. And it's not just to have it approved. It goes through a whole system because to be able to transform the nature of the land from house of worship status, right? So we have 1 family, 2 family, 3 family, and then there's house of worship. So to transfer it out of it, it takes a few hands. So it's a period of time that the purchaser has to wait to complete, and then the sale can happen. So that 100 by 100, by the way, we're having some comments. I don't know. I don't see them yet.
It's saying they can't wait to buy.
So, so the Attorney General gives an approval, and then it could sell. And long story short, once it sells, you have 100 by 100 R6, 24,000 buildable in the borderline of Crown Heights and Bronzeville.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's not that pricey. That one was also 3 million from what I remember.
Okay, and that's new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get so many things that we just don't like. We got to work better to upload it into our Instagram and to share these properties with our audience so they can see what we're talking about. I mean, you could also look online and see, you could see the properties we're talking about, but also we'll have it on our Instagram, or you can reach out and we'll share it with you as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like every week there's new properties to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. There are we overall, like, we're in the streets, so we got a lot together. Like we are sellers, agents, some, like, I'm not gonna say most of the time, but in the beginning, some type of beginning of the day to the middle part of it, we deal a lot with the seller side. And then once buyers free up and they're ready to view, we deal with buyers, either weekends or evenings, weekdays, weekends. We schedule the viewings with the buyer side. But mostly with the selling side, that's when, all the paperwork, the questions, the attorneys, the title issues, things that we need to expedite and know how to handle in terms of being able to sell it. You need to know that before you work on something, that you're not going to have the problems later on in the deal. So it's very important to get it right from the start.
When the weather is as hot as it is now, is it more challenging to show homes in this weather where people just say, I just want to go to the beach, or they're at the pool and they just don't
So on the
really...
seller side, on the buyer side, it's not harder. It's just as even maybe more appealing to
Okay.
see houses in the warmer weather.
Yeah.
But the selling side, some sellers are ill.
Yeah.
They don't have the ability to show and to open up all the time because the hot weather just don't prevents them from being available. So it's a little harder.
Yeah.
We have more comments over there. I guess we can read that.
Yeah. What's the best time of the year
To view?
Yeah, for
To
like
work?
open houses and for sales
Well,
and for
it's
like,
definitely
is there
more comfortable to work during the summer, at least for me. I personally don't like the cold, but again, in any extreme, nothing too much is ever too good, right?
No, I mean, like,
So-
when is it the more popular? Like, when is the
summer.
peak? Summer?
Yeah,
More than the spring?
Yeah, because the spring people are still busy finishing up the year. The school year is ending. What
Yeah.
are they going to do after? Do they want to move? Are they staying? The kids are finishing middle school, going into high school. And we are having a break now, so
Yeah.
we're going to continue talking to you in just a moment.
We'll be right back.
Yes.
Take it away, Don.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
We'll talk about Airbnb.
Yes, hi.
Oh,
Welcome back.
hi, welcome back. Yes.
Sorry about that.
That was a fast break. Oh
Yes,
my
it
gosh.
was.
Yes, indeed. So this week I had so much fun with my kids. They're in camp. So I have been taking them to camp and just spending more time with them. And it's been super, super, super hot as well. So I've been teaching them things about the importance of having clean water, because there's just a lot of homes throughout the country that we don't even talk about, that don't even have the luxury of having clean drinking water. So I've been teaching them some things about that. But also I took my kids to a couple of open houses too, because I'm looking to purchase a new home as well. So it's been a really interesting week for me.
Very good.
When you bought your house, did you take your kids with you too? Was it like, what was that process like for you?
I am no example because I actually purchased, then we ended up selling it. We couldn't build. But did I take them? No, I just feel like kids get so excited so fast. And then there is a point where they could get so mismotivated. Yes, obviously they learn, but I feel like doing it in just a little bit in the older stage of their lives gives them that teaching part that you're talking about. It's just that when they're younger, they get so excited, and sometimes that could even confuse you and say, oh, wow, my kids are head over heels for that one. But no, I did not take them. I only took them when I entered the contract.
Okay.
But overall, it's not easy to pick a house. It's very it's challenging to find a home, because your whole spirit, and then you become a little religious when you look at houses and you start thinking all these thoughts, and you say to yourself, wait, between the location next to a bus, and then I know some religious people believe that they're not allowed to be in front of a pump.
Yes.
There are so many things to that. When I show it as we go over the years, I learned that every type of nationality and religion think differently. And the numbers of the houses, sometimes they calculate it, 1 plus this plus that. Oh, nah.
And then when you get
so much to it.
Then you get the inspection reports, and you get, and then on top of competing against other buyers, and just even it's just such a huge. It's just there's so many steps, and each step is equally as important as the first, and you can fall out of love with a house real quick.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the outside, you know what's interesting? There's some homes that you walk into and they look huge from the outside, and then you go in and they're tiny.
Yeah.
And then you see a house and it looks tiny, and you go in and it's huge.
Yeah.
Some of these houses in New York, it's very interesting. So when you're going and you think you drive by a home, you get excited, and you go in and the house is trash, and you're like, oh my God. And then you wait all week. You're like, I can't wait to see this house. And then you go in and you're like, oh, it's like deflating.
Yeah.
So
that's why the very first photos of a listing, I normally put the inside of the house.
Yeah.
You know, like that one that you mentioned earlier with the tray
When you
ceilings.
showed the kitchen, you showed
the first picture was the tray ceilings.
Okay, and then the kitchen was next.
I have to show you guys. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really it's just attractive. You're able to really see what's the inside like.
Yes.
You know, so it's not really about the outside. Nonetheless, you're mentioning that, hey, the outside doesn't look as big as I thought, or vice versa. Again, going back to that house, if you take a look at it from the outside, it looks nothing like the inside. And have you been in the inside of my house?
Yes.
Right, it doesn't look
no, it's huge. It's very spacious.
And from the inside,
kitchen, yes,
it looks smaller. Right?
Actually, yeah, from the outside it looks small, but the
like.
inside it looks big. It's the opposite with your house.
It's actually probably going to be hard to see, but whatever.
You know what? If you can, that's in the video, right?
No, that's a picture.
Okay.
I'm going to share.
Well, send it to me and I'll put it to our Instagram so that you guys can see on Chris and Nina Real Estate Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll share the pictures so you guys can see.
But you can't really judge a book by its cover when it comes to looking for houses. Yes. Go see, not even to seeing what it's like for you, but just to compare what it is that you're missing in the other home that you thought that could be yours. Even when clients are ready to place offers, ready to place an offer is a little later in the game, but really people who are liking something, but still not 100%, I still do recommend that they, press that over there. I still do recommend that they compare. So you're 100%. As I said, I also purchased the one before I'm in now.
Yes.
I ended up selling it, but whatever. You really want to make sure that you don't repeat my mistakes.
So listen, most people, you buy a home, you have a 2-family, you live in the 2-family, or you live in your basement, you rent the 2 floors. Mm-hmm. And now, as of, I want to say the last 10 years or so, Airbnb, or maybe 15 years, I don't know when exactly it started, so excuse me with the misinformation on that. But Airbnb has been an option to rent out a section of your home or rent out an apartment, and you can rent it out for periods of time instead of having someone sign a lease for 6 months or a year. So you can get income from a property in short intervals. However, in New York, the state legislature has been creating these guidelines to deter folks from using their homes as an Airbnb.
Yes.
And so I had a couple of guests that we're going to call, and I have one that's going to come in the future. However, today the phone lines are down, so they're not going to be able to call in today. But on a future show, we're going to go back and talk about Airbnb as what we can do to support initiatives so that we can help homeowners have the option to utilize their homes as an Airbnb. But have you ever stayed in an Airbnb?
Have I stayed some type of, not officially, but yeah, in
some type of
in Israel. Like when we went on vacation, we used to stay in hotels. And due to the fact that hotels don't really let you stay with all 4 children in one place, we had to rent a couple of rooms. So the next time that we went, we actually rented something for a month. Again, it wasn't an official Airbnb, but it was during the summer and it was very busy. And speaking of the summer, I do want to answer the question that he asked, if he's getting a discount if he purchases
Yeah.
in a specific time of the year. To answer your question, specific time of the year, no, but specific time of the market, yes.
Yes.
So, for example, now the rates are skyrocketing, but it's not that bad. You can still buy. However, it's not that the prices will be discounted. Maybe so now, yes, that the seller's market is changing a little bit. They know that markets is a little crazy and the rates are high. So, yes, it's time to negotiate. But as for a discount, I mean, the negotiations of your realtor should be handling that part for
Also,
you, and you know it. But to moving, really, people move more in the summer. That's moving wise. But
and that's why you're not going to get in the summertime. It's more competitive because there are a lot of buyers. I find in the wintertime, you can get a deal or you can negotiate, or what you're calling a discount to me is when you can get a house under asking because they're not as many buyers. And so if a homeowner wants to buy, and typically if somebody's selling in the wintertime, they may want to sell quick too as well. So if they want a quick sale, they probably are willing to take a number under what they're asking. And so you can catch a good deal sometimes. It's not all the time, but it just depends on the market, on the time, if you're competing. Because let's say it's wintertime, but you get a house on, hypothetically, let's say Park Avenue, and everybody wants to live on Park Avenue. So no matter what time of year something goes on sale there, you're going to have to fight for it. And I mean, fight for it, meaning you're going to have a bidding war. Yeah. Right. But if you're going to an area where it's not that popular and the person needs to sell and they need to move and there's not a lot of buyers and you throw a low offer, but there's no other offers, they could accept your offer and just unload the property and give you a quote unquote discount. So it depends on the situation. It depends on the timing. You could also catch a good deal in the summer. Let's say in an area nobody wants to live. Let's say it's surrounded by factories and it's the only house in the area. So people don't want to live by a factory, but you don't mind living near a factory because maybe you work in one or you work in that area. And so you would purchase that home with less competition.
Yes.
Sure. And so in terms of the Airbnb, during COVID, I didn't catch COVID, but I had.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. I never met COVID in my life. But
so you're probably a blood type O.
Yeah, I am a blood type O. Yes, indeed. Yes, I am. Yes,
How cool.
Yeah. So
okay, welcome to the club.
So, but my family, I planned a vacation for them while I was managing myself and dealing with my situation. But I didn't want them to be in a hotel because it's COVID and they would have been surrounded. So for the first time, they stayed in an Airbnb. They rented a whole house. It had a pool and a jacuzzi, a game room, a TV room, and this was in Florida. So they rented the whole house for the same price, or if not a little bit cheaper than a hotel. Mm-hmm. And they loved it. They just went out for food, brought their food back, cooked in the kitchen, stayed, and they stayed there for like 2 weeks. And it was a really, from the videos, my kids loved it. They had their own, access to the swimming pool and the jacuzzi, so they didn't have to go to a public place and be around people.
So cool.
So that's what Airbnb was really good that I've seen. I didn't go down on that trip, but that was my only experience. And I know, like I said, in New York, we have to fight the state and the laws and the guidelines to see. But I also know if you drive through New York, we have, I don't know how many hotels we have throughout the city.
Yeah.
So
during COVID though, a lot of them closed and they were actually given and occupied by shelter units.
Yeah.
So that wasn't fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was very, very unfortunate. They had to give over. Some of the places the city didn't ask, I heard, and there was like a whole mess.
Yeah.
But it was a mess. Now, thankfully, things are falling into place. They're calling us as realtors to find them buildings and to try to have the city purchase buildings where they could hopefully open more shelter units. It's definitely changing, and hopefully we'll see good changes coming soon.
Coming soon. But you know, it was funny. Somebody was saying to me earlier, it was like, hey, I don't like Airbnb. I like hotels because I like room service or whatever. And I was like, you know what, Nina, we should start a business where we send chefs out to Airbnbs and they prepare your foods like you're ordering room service, and you have like exquisite dining, and they'll do your food shopping and everything for you when you stay at this Airbnb. It comes with your own personal chef. I was just thinking like, hey, we could make some money. That'd be an awesome business. If you're out there and you cook, give me a call. We'll get you some work.
Yeah. Cooking, I mean, overall the world is changing. Also, I see more guys cook and they share their experience and their recipes, and they're having like parties with guy chefs.
Yeah.
You know, it's very very fun to watch. I mean, hey, we're women, you know, people stereotype and say, oh, you cook, what are you, a woman, this, that, and the third. But no, you know
we
what?
all got to eat.
Amazing hands that guys have been having nowadays. It's more known. It's more, people are more aware. The reality is there and shared, and people learn from it, thankfully, the good things of it. Overall, I'm not a media person. I don't like 80% of what goes on in the world because of the media. You know, I always say, I wish the world would shut off the internet for like a good month. There would be peace in the world. But so going back to the good part of it, guys, cooking is great. In conclusion,
I cook. I love cooking.
You do?
I love cooking. I don't barbecue, but I cook.
What, for the kids like?
Yeah, well, that's parenthood. Yeah, I didn't cook before them, but now, I cook. I do some.
Good for you.
I do some rice and beans.
So
I make a mean Cuban beans and rice, black beans and rice.
Shut up.
Yeah, I make some mean air fried chicken.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously. I cook all the time. Hey, your husband cooks too, man. He made some good food when I came over to your house. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, wow.
He likes to barbecue, but like not the norm, not the barbecue with the gas that you buy in the tank and this and that. He buys the old school
charcoal.
Yeah, charcoal piece, you know. How do you call it? It's like it's metal. It's made of metal, and you fill it up with some charcoal. And it's like a rectangle look.
Yeah.
And you put.
I've never seen that kind of.
Yes, welcome. Hi.
Yeah, that was pretty
it's
cool.
Like it's my background, to be honest. It's like it's an Israeli thing, but that specific type of barbecue is Russian, really. It's from South Russia.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. Russia. I meant to take a picture. I was like, where can I?
I'll send you. It's actually from Queens.
Oh.
Yeah, you buy charcoal and you put it down, and then you put the net, and on top of the net, you're able to lay your meat. Yeah, it's very it's not the cleanest. Like afterwards, you know, you have to dump the charcoal, but it's very useful. It's very quick. It's very easy to use. Where you also can control. You know, the other barbecues, you just close it. Whatever.
Yeah,
but it's nice.
Yeah, I said air fry. I got an air fryer, buddy. It works. It's just as good as frying in oil. It's really, really delicious and healthy, and it's real fast, especially when you have kids and you got to cook something up. You throw it in the air fryer. You are good.
Barbecue kitchen. You know what? I was just at a house in Bushwick. They had a brick oven pizza. That was, I mean, I've seen them before, but this type of brick oven pizza was amazing. It was like golden and like something crazy. That's why when people tell me, oh, what's the ARV after I finish renovating it? ARV is after retail value, right? Meaning after you fix the house, what will be my value of the house after I fix it? I said, dude, if you're going to put a shaker kitchen that's cute and granite countertop and that's it, okay, your value is going to be that. But if you're going to go all out and put a brick oven pizza or like a double fridge Sub-Zero freezer, blah, 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 it's different. So it all depends.
Very
on
high end.
Yeah.
But there is a cap. You could only your value would be the max value for that area.
Yeah.
So if you put gold floors and diamonds in that are it won't change it to be a super high value per that type of house.
Correct. It's not going to be changed, but you do, however, get more for your house if you put some
nice stuff. Yes.
Nice stuff. So it may not be included in your appraised value. And then they say, hey, this is all the appraisal came in at, meaning after you go into contract, you're ready to proceed to your loan. Your appraisal comes and appreciates the house and gives you the loan of the house. And therefore, it goes by that number that the appraisal says.
Yes.
But what happens if our seller wants more than what it is? It's up to you buyers, right? We either add up, we come out of pocket and add to, at the time of the closing, you pay up or you don't. But if you know that they put so many things in the house that you as a homeowner would place anyways afterwards, then maybe sometimes it's worth for you to put it, to pay. In the contract, you have a clause that says, you're going to sign a contract, you're going to enter a contract of a house, and if the appraised value doesn't reach the purchase price, you have to come in and pay it up.
Yes.
So I personally like to have that removed from my buyer's contract because it's up to them.
Yes.
And
like I said, with the Airbnb and managing your home, it's very important to understand the rules and regulations from the state of what you can and cannot do with your home. So if you add a bathroom or you're trying to rent a room, understand that if somebody calls the state and says, hey, I'm doing this, is this on the up and up, that can be a violation on your home.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that she was renting a basement, and in some parts of the city, it's illegal to rent a basement.
Correct.
And she didn't know because an agent sold her the rental. And what happened was there was some kind of sewage backed into the apartment, and the landlord didn't fix it for a month, and she was living in terrible conditions. So she called the state. The state came and told her that she had to move out in a month. And then the landlord illegally,
At least you got a month. Sometimes they give you a vacate order right on the spot.
No, he gave her a vacate order right on the spot. He locked her out. She was out in the cold. It was one of the coldest days of the year. And I had to pick her up from like Burger King because she had no place to go with her daughter. And the landlord changed the locks. It was a nightmare. And so the agent that rent her the apartment had to give her back her deposit. So that agent lost their commission. And to be honest with you, I thought the agent should have been suspended or something more severe because we know better. Yeah. We every 2 years, we have to know the rules and laws and guidelines. So we know that we cannot rent a basement to anybody. And so that was one. And then the landlord, I remember like him on the phone with her, mad and cursing. And I said to him, you can't rent no basement. Every landlord knows the rules. Yeah. And you can't, that is not an apartment.
Yeah.
And then you didn't take care of the apartment. So long story short, we found her someplace else to live. It took like 2 months. But it's just when you are changing, when you're doing Airbnb or you're trying to do Airbnb or you're renting rooms or you think you could, now you can live in your basement as the owner, it's your house. But also you can, if you have a bathroom in the basement and it's not an original bathroom, that is also a violation, and you have to take the bathroom apart.
Yeah, same for kitchen.
Yeah, same for kitchen. So there are a lot of details that you as a homeowner should know when you purchase a home of what your rights are, what you can or cannot do with this property to protect yourself from having to be fined or having yourself in court versus the state.
Yes, you do. In some cities, in some neighborhoods of New York City, may apply for a legal basement. Okay, so that is possible. You do have to meet some guidelines.
Yes.
You do, however, want to remember that once you find that it's okay to do and you do apply, watch those taxes. They're going to go up in that next, not quarter, but in the next year. Okay, so if you... it goes by the windows big enough to exit during a fire, 2 exits, this, that, and the third. You can ask me if you want to, but you can legalize a basement in certain types of neighborhoods.
Now Sean is asking if we could rent rooms.
So renting rooms is legal. Yes, renting rooms is legal. Even the city sometimes gives
Programs
programs specifically from shelter. Unfortunately, people who live there, they give them programs to rent rooms. You can rent rooms. However, you can be found in violation in case you don't stand by code. If your house is not built or done by code, you could get in violation. If you don't fix that, the city could place you in a 7A unit, 7A type of, how should I explain it? It's like they take your house and they put it in 7A. 7A is like, hey, we're warning you that we're now around. We're going to handle the property. We're going to fix the property. But if in a timely matter, you don't come and either pay us or come back and try to resolve it, we'll take the property and sell it. So know the consequences. And one other thing, you can have the city change the nature of your house. Remember, we were saying 1 family, 2 family, a house of worship. They could change your house
to an SRO.
An SRO, to a rooming house, single room occupancy. Okay, so
and that changes your value. It changes the market you're in.
Now go try and put it back into residential 1, 2, 3, 4 family house. Torturous.
Yep.
Doable,
but you have to register and
you have to get paperwork from the tenants that they were never
renting rooms.
No, like when you do rooms and you want to get out of it, there is a thing that's called a letter of non-harassment.
Okay.
Letter of non-harassment, that no one harassed them. It's a whole other situation. So is it worth it? You know it.
Yeah.
If you're in the situation.
And then also, if you're renting rooms and somebody's doing illegal activity, they could shut the whole apartment down. You get no income. You're not under investigation, but the apartment's under investigation. So they're taking your property and it's just on hold or paused because of whatever activity was happening in your apartment.
Yeah.
So that's why I say you have to be knowledgeable of everything going on in your properties. And so the more properties you own, you need a team to help you keep track of what's happening and managing your day-to-day business. I have a property now where I have a tenant that's moving out, but she's like, the toilet keeps overflowing and so I have sewage backing up. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm fighting. I'm trying to keep my patience, but she's moving out and I just have to be patient. But that's part of the business. You sometimes you get these different circumstances that are challenging, but the reward is always greater than the challenge. The challenge is just a moment. I've had this property for like over 10 years. So it's just, it just comes with the territory.
Yeah, you don't want to get there ever. You want to make sure that your business is running, that you're organized, that you have the management on point. And to complete that story and conclusion of that whole Airbnb situation in New York City, it was illegal. Now it is legal as long as you stand by the terms. You're not supposed to rent out Airbnb for less than 30 days.
Yeah.
They don't want you renting it nightly. They don't want you to rent it weekly or bi-weekly. They want at least a 30-day stay. So if you do go ahead and advertise it, you need to go by and stick by that rules. I'm sure the city has a lot of instructions that you need to stand by. And if you don't, then you get in trouble with the fire department. Fire department
becomes a hazard.
Put up all these liens and violations, all these violations against your property. And that is very, very expensive. So you want to stick by the rules and ensure that you follow those instructions and ask a professional. So it never hurts to ask. I think we touched all the points about rentals that have to do with Airbnb and similar to that. It was really nice being here with you guys again. We're going to look forward to next week. And of course, send us any questions that you may have.
And if you know anyone that's interested in listing their property or looking for a new property, please contact us at On the Instagram, Chris and Nina Podcast, you could contact us. Also,
I'm actually going to start commenting. Sorry, I'm going to start commenting on all our shows.
Okay.
With like our signature lines. So that you're not going to have to wait until you reach out to me, him, or in the mutual Instagram that we have. So I'm going to note on every show that we so far had in the past couple of months.
Okay.
Like our signature line, so everyone will have our information. Again, thank you so much, and have a good rest of the evening.
Yes, and you can reach us at 5 Barrel Realty, 855-305-3325. Have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.